It's time for Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails with Robert Bannon and Lee Lessack.
Hello, Robert.
I am ready to renovate a house. I even have this. What are these called? A wrench? A plier?
Pliers.
I know all about the tools, Lee. I have a hammer. I have a wrench. I have fluorescents. Pliers. I borrowed all of this. I don't even have a scissor. Hi, everybody. How are you?
How are you? How's your week?
It's been okay. It's been good. I'm as good as quarantine after a year can be. I mean, you know what's scary? It becomes kind of normal. Like
to never leave the house?
This has become the norm, and that's kind of scary and sad. But I only hope that the best is absolutely yet to come. It will be.
I think it is. I have had a very hopeful week because very randomly, not planned, I was able to get the first vaccine on Friday because I was driving our dear friends who were on Christmas Eve, Carol Cook and her husband Tom Troop, 97 and 92 years young, to get their vaccines. And so they offered me one because I was the driver. So that was amazing because I was thinking they just opened up vaccinations for 65 and older. And so I would be in the next group, which would be 50 to 64. Got it. And so this is amazing. By my birthday, I'll be fully vaccinated. Bob the Builder.
Right. Oh,
Esther, interesting that you ask.
Thanks for asking about the shirt, Esther.
Can you show everybody our new shirts?
So we have this Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktail shirt. On the back, it says, if you can see it, can you see it?
Yes, I survived Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails. So that's what we have to give that to all of our guests.
Right, and some of them barely.
So we have people email us or direct message us every week, very kindly that they want to support this show. We pay for this show. This is not for profit.
It's usually Lee and mine's mother, but
that's true. But Robert works for the school district, Department of Education in New Jersey, so he has been gainfully employed. But I have not worked. I've worked, but I haven't made a dime since March 15th. So we now have a Patreon account. You go to patreon.com/BCRS, which stands for Broadway Cast Reunion Series, which is our new show. And you can become a supporter. It's a monthly thing. And there's all these perks. One of them is that beautiful t-shirt and also free tickets to our Broadway Cast Reunion Series, which premieres on the 17th of February, Wednesday, the 17th of February, with the Broadway cast of Frozen, the original Broadway principal cast of Frozen. This is the schedule so far. We've got Frozen, we've got Hadestown, and we've got Dear Evan Hansen. So if you would like to see those, they are not free like our show, but you can become a Patreon member, and then that's one of the perks. How about that? So we're excited. Thanks, Vieira. So anyway, yeah, it's been a good week. We just launched this new series Thursday, a week ago. And it started because we wanted to offer these reunions to the theaters that were going to present these Broadway tours in 2020. Of course, none of that is happening. So it's a way for them to stay connected to their subscribers and their patrons. And then we, of course, we also put it on Stellar so that people that don't live near a Broadway tour venue or live out of the country can also see it. So if you want to get a single ticket, it's $15. You just go to BroadwayCastReunion.com.
Yeah, and we get to pay actors that have not been working.
That's the other thing, is we wanted to pay our dear out of work Broadway actors. That was really, really important. And so we are hoping that this really takes off, because we offered them a really nice paycheck in their living room and talk to us. So there you go. I'll keep that up on the screen for a moment. Yeah. So tonight's show is all about pandemic home renovations. I don't know about you, Robert, but we've done 4 renovations here since the pandemic. And it started because we had an unexpected flood from a leaking air conditioner pipe in the attic above the living room.
Yes.
And then it just continued from there.
Yes.
How about you?
I have been renovating everything. I have done electric work and plumbing. I went to Target and I bought a garbage pail and a throw rug. And
well, that's something.
A fake FICA. Is that a FICA?
Oh my God. That's
my family owns a landscaping business. They do construction landscaping. I have never turned a lawnmower on. I have never worn work boots.
Well, you remember when Kyle Dean Massey was here and Taylor Fry, his husband, a couple weeks ago, and they had Insta-storied the 48-hour renovation on the bathroom of their house, their cabin or cottage in the Poconos. And I watched this because they did everything. They poured new concrete floor. They did all the plumbing, all the electrical. And I texted Kyle and I said, that is really impressive. How did you learn how to do that? And he said, well, YouTube videos.
Right.
Come on. I don't know. We've done a lot of work here in the last 10 months, and my participation has been to unlock the gate so the contractor can get in.
Well, I always recommend people doing electrical work from YouTube videos.
Yeah, right?
I mean, what could go wrong?
I love it. Well, our first guest, this is his second appearance on the show. He was on one of our very first, right? Like the second or third show that we did. He's a wonderful actor. He's one of the creators of an incredible musical called Witness Uganda. And he has been on Netflix's Dear White People. And this year, he is one of the stars of HBO's The Flight Attendant, which was one of my favorite binge watches of quarantine. And so we just want to show you a little bit about Griffin Matthews.
Let him run. If you love him, don't cry tonight. Let him learn all he can. So when he comes home, he'll be a better man.
Should we get started? Okay. How many partners? 2.5? Was the man short or... Relax, honey. Every gay on campus has sat in that chair and has gone through exactly what you're going through right now. And every straight should, but a lot of them are just trashy people.
Yeah, this is only gonna hurt a little bit.
No, I know this shit's gonna kill.
What type of doctor are you exactly?
Who said he was a doctor?
Nah, that's just what we call him, Doc Golden. He works with horses mostly. It's just a nickname.
He's a healer, like Jesus, but with needles.
He's like our go-to guy for anything pain management.
Could have made it through high school without him.
Yo, is there another way that we could do this?
Am I crazy? I mean, who invites somebody to a memorial service as a +1? It's just...
Yeah, bitches, am I right?
What did you say? Say something. We don't call women bitches. She's confused. What's your name?
Michael.
Michael. With an M or? Michael. Yeah.
Griffin Matthews!
The chicken sound effect is what got me.
Did it? Did it? My favorite, absolute favorite moment that I will always remind you of is that Michael with an M?
Michael with an M. How cute is he? He was.
Cute.
That was actually we were improvising. That was a full improv. He looked at me, my knees buckled, and that spilled out. Michael with an M is that Jared.
Brilliant.
We love the show.
I texted Robert right away. Did you see that?
And it looked
How
like
are you doing?
a whole lot of fun.
It was so much fun. I'm great. The baby went into the next. Was I supposed to have a cocktail? Because I have a bottle. That's what this is my current daddy cocktail, milky as we call it. So, yeah.
Don't tell Butch.
Oh,
Butch is my husband. His real name is Matt, but there's a story behind why I call him Butch. Basically, I found out 12 years into our relationship, 4 years married, that his grandfather used to call him Butch as a little boy. How appropriate. So I only refer to him on social media as Butch. Anyways, Butch also thought that Jared was very cute. So this is not a thing. That's what happens when there's two.
Andrew.
2 days, we're allowed to talk about that.
Perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. Important, actually.
It is. So you're doing well.
So good. We've been obviously locked into our LA house for many. We've lost track, actually. We realized we're about to celebrate our oldest son's birthday, and we had he turned 2 in the middle of the pandemic, and we're about to do it again. That's how no one thought we were going to be in our houses for this long. But
I was at his first birthday.
You were in the loft back when we were cool. Back when people cared about our lives.
They used to have the coolest loft in downtown in the Arts District.
That loft was no joke.
Yeah.
But talk about home renovation shows, pandemic renovation. I mean, your home is beautiful. You are quite the designer. Stylista.
Yeah,
you are.
It's funny. Every time my career starts to, because the acting career goes like this, and every time we're like this, I threaten to leave and start interior designing because I actually have always loved it. But I'm an actor. So.
With a show renewed for its second season on HBO Max.
Amen.
Amen.
Look at what you have created during this pandemic. I mean, come on. You're a coop builder.
I think it's even bigger now.
It just keeps going.
There are a lot. Look at these two. There are so many. There's Cookie, there's Stacy, there's Sharon, there's Celebrity, there's Grey's Anatomy.
Of course.
Judy, Rabbi Legbar. Got to talk about that. And Darcy.
If you want to know where Rabbi Legbar came from, just ask my Jewish husband, who was so thrilled. The name of that chicken breed is called a cream leg bar. And we were like, what should we name her? And he was like, how about Rabbi Legbar? Ha, 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 ha. The laughing that he did over Rabbi Legbar. He just thought it was a dad joke. And then it just stuck. So Rabbi Legbar she's out there right now. I can see.
How did the idea start? How did the chicken idea start?
You know what happened is strangely enough, I had been in Italy shooting The Flight Attendant. And right as we got home from Italy, my Italian crew members were texting me and several other cast members, we're locked in our houses. Do you have any idea what's coming? So we kind of knew that the pandemic was coming, obviously not for this long, but we knew it was coming. So anyways, we looked at we have a 100-year-old farmhouse, and we looked at all of our land and realized we were growing nothing but flowers. And we were like, both my grandfather and Matt's grandfather were farmers, and they could feed their family off the land. And so we were just like, we should plant a garden and we should get chickens. We've always wanted chickens.
Well, you got them.
This was the time.
Now, I have noticed on the social medias that you are claiming to be raising gay chickens.
Well, there's look. You know that they're gay because of the way that they look, right? It's very clear. The sex is in the heel. Who said it? Someone said it.
I think
so. There's correct. Billy said it. There's regular chickens that you see, that just look boring.
Yes.
And then there's chickens that have fluffy feathers and crests
Yes.
and polka dots and, colors. And so I wanted those ones. I didn't want the regular chickens. I didn't care how many eggs they laid. I just wanted them to be fluffy and cute. And as I coined it, gay. So we have those.
Is it
So,
true?
and you recently, I don't know when this happened, but after 6 months of taking care of this brood of chickens, you got an egg.
Our first egg. It was better than my wedding day.
Can I share it? Can I share it? The moment?
Share it right now.
You got an egg? You got an egg? Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay, that's a fake egg. That one's a fake egg. That's a fake egg. That's a real egg. Do you see it?
Let me see. That's it? One tiny half egg?
Don't touch it.
Why?
Because I want it. What if there's a baby in there?
Oh my God.
Do you know? Don't touch it. What if let the baby see the egg.
You want to see the egg?
Let him see the egg.
We got a half an egg.
Shh. Look at the little egg.
Half egg.
Look at the little egg. Did you touch it? Oh God, that's the dog. Babe, I didn't tell you to touch it.
Why wouldn't you touch it?
No, he's gonna break it. Oh God. Show the egg.
Hold on. I've been waiting for 6 months for an egg.
Shh.
My egg.
Look at the little egg.
My egg.
My egg.
No.
My egg.
No.
Daddy's egg.
Okay, take this inside.
What is wrong with me? What's wrong with me?
I think everything is right with you personally. That's yeah, I love it.
I think it's
I love it. And I'm just gonna point out to our viewers that you had to cover Galileo's face because you and Matt have fostered 2 children, one during the pandemic, and Galileo, who's going to be 3, that happened a little bit before, and are in the process of adopting.
We are in the process of adopting both. We had a pandemic surprise in July, so our latest is now 6 months. His name is Apollo. He's very, very sweet. We were surprised by Apollo, but so happy that he's here. It's weird because my family, who we've obviously not seen in a year, they've not met the baby. And by the time they meet the baby, he's probably going to be walking and talking. So
wow.
They also haven't met the chickens. And that's a great disappointment.
I have to just drive by and meet the chickens.
I wish you would. Here's the thing that people don't understand. And this is what I've learned about having chickens. They're interesting creatures. I like them. I'm not a bird person. I never wanted a parrot. I never understood parrots sitting on people's shoulders and pooping. I didn't get it. I still don't really get that. But the chickens, when I walk to the door, they come running to the fence. They make noise. I know each chicken's noise. We have a chicken that likes to try to break into the house. I swear she tries to get into the. So it's a whole thing. Today we got a green egg. Did I tell you this?
Yes. I follow you on the
the shock is that chickens lay multicolored eggs, which is part of being gay, right? The gay chickens they molt. Okay, so this is my egg. You can see my egg display.
That's amazing.
We eat them all the time. So there's this is a speckled egg, and I think this one comes from the speckled. You can kind of see it. This one comes from, I'm pretty sure, Elphaba. We think Elphaba laid this egg, and then. This one is like a creamy or white egg. This one is Judy, definitely Judy's egg.
Yes.
And then there's a brown egg that doesn't have any speckles, and this is Cookie.
Oh.
Can you believe it? I actually know which chicken that I wouldn't let my husband eat the eggs for weeks because I was trying to figure out which chicken was laying which egg. And today, we have this is called an olive egger. It's green. Someone on social media.
Elphaba?
So we thought Elphaba was going to lay green eggs. Turned out Elphaba was like, I'm laying speckled. This one I think is from Stacy. I caught Stacy in the coop this morning, and she's one of our olive eggers. That's the name of the chicken breed, and she lays green eggs. So, it's kind of an adventure.
Why are they not in the refrigerator?
Oh, because good. I thought you meant the chickens. I was like, do you think that we slaughter our chickens? Where is it? It took a dark turn. The quarantine cocktail kicked in. So when chickens lay eggs, there is a natural film on the egg. So if you wash the egg, which you do before you cook it, but if you wash the egg, it removes the film off of it. So then you need to put it in the refrigerator. So all eggs that you get at the grocery store have been washed, and that's why you have to refrigerate them. The ones that are not washed straight out of the coop, about a month and a half, they'll sit on your counter, no problem.
You
know how I learned that? Uganda. Uganda.
Oh, right.
There's chickens everywhere, and when you go to the store to buy eggs, they're just in cartons. They're not in the refrigerator. So that's how I learned that little.
That's amazing.
Wow. And the first egg, here's another fun chicken fact that I learned. The first little egg, did you see how tiny it was? When chickens first start laying eggs, they lay pullet eggs. They're tiny, tiny eggs. They're like the first egg. And there's a movement in the restaurant industry to purchase pullet eggs because they don't meet the standard requirements. So they have to throw all the eggs away. But in restaurants, they're like, hey, we could use these as our cute gay pullet eggs.
Everything gay is
a wealth of information.
Everything gay is better.
Everything gay is better.
Put that on the other t-shirt.
That's going to be on the next shirt. Well, Griffin is friends of me and Lee, and I could not be on here with Griffin not just say that Matt and him are absolutely the most generous, beautiful family and people. And I wouldn't be on this show, and I wouldn't be putting out anything if it wasn't for Matt and Griff and the kindness that they have shown me in my life. So I'm forever indebted and grateful for family, truly.
And when you come, I'll give you some eggs.
I'm ready.
Not too many. Just one or two. You know what I mean? Not all of them. One or two.
I get it. I have seen it's right now. Now they have a garden. You grow zucchini.
We have a full garden, and honestly, the coop idea. I'm so happy that we did it because we are obviously eating our eggs, but also it's giving us a great appreciation for life in a time when life is so precious. It's given us a real appreciation. The chickens are fun and sweet, and they fertilize the garden, which is growing, and we're just this whole time has been about simplifying and enjoying the parts of life that we were missing by always being on the go. So
that is literally the most Amish thing you've ever said to me.
And you see my Amish hat. You see it. That's why I wore it. I'm trying to grow the beard, but this is all I can get.
That's all that happened.
Yeah.
So listen, by March 5th,
yes,
Mark and I will be fully vaccinated and 95% immune, which means your babies can swim in our pool this summer.
Thank God. That's all we care about. We
Drink
just actually want you to get out of the house.
And a bottle of rosé, and that's it.
We want the pool, we want the rosé, and you guys can get out of that house because their house is speaking of interior design, their house is amazing. So Lee and Mark, get out. Let us. You guys can be in this house. You take care of the kids. We'll do the pool and the rosé. How about that? He's already making us jealous by sipping. It's upsetting.
Suck your bottle.
Dad life.
I know.
Dad life.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for playing with us today.
We love you.
We love you.
Matt and the babies and Wendy.
Yes, sweet Wendy, our doggy. I love you both. Thanks for having me. And everyone, please consider getting a chicken and a chicken coop.
As long as they're gay.
And only the gay ones. The straight ones are a little less exciting. Okay.
Have a good one.
All right, bye. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Oh my God.
I love chickens too.
Oh my God. You are like the prop meister. Too funny. All right, we have so much more. We have literally usually to operate the controls here, I just have to like scroll up a quarter of an inch. There's so many before and after pictures with our next guest. So I don't want to waste any more time.
So I have a question about area rugs. I have no idea how to pick one.
Well, without knowing exactly your whole color scheme and what else is in your room to put into it, what I can advise you on is a question that you have as well as many others is proportion. How do you fit the right rug into the space? Can you guys roll this rug out?
We can do our best.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, can you guys move this sofa?
Oh, man.
Now I understand.
It's always...
Give these guys a big hand. We make the rules, but we can also break them. But use that as a guideline.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Farrell. When it comes to great design, it takes ingenuity.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
He's extras, Mr. Mansions and Millionaires.
You have a washer dryer in your closet.
And when Michael Corbett's not raiding the homes of the rich and famous,
I've actually been renovating houses ever since I was on Ryan's Hope.
check out some of his before and afters, like this stale waterhole turned beautiful blue lagoon, or this brass-lined bathroom turned marble masterpiece.
Okay, seriously, I can't believe this is the same house.
I know, isn't it exciting? It's
Yeah.
total transformation.
Hey!
Guys!
Hi, everyone.
How are you all?
Hey! That was a lot of renovation.
That was a lot of renovation. That was a lot of renovation. Well, we thought about this because a couple weeks back we had Kyle Dean Massey and his husband Taylor Fry, who both Broadway guys who were renovating a cabin that they bought in the Poconos. And I guess it's going to become a rental property. And Kyle Dean started an Insta story and said, "We fly back to LA in 48 hours. I have one more bathroom to renovate." And they did everything themselves. I mean, they re-poured the flooring. He did all the plumbing, all the electrical, installed everything. And I texted him and I was like, "That is impressive. Like, how did you know how to do that?" And he said YouTube videos.
Which I loved Robert's line of YouTube video doing electrical. What could be wrong?
I don't know. So we had them on the show, and I said, if you want us to show before and after pictures, because it was very impressive what they did. So he sent me them, and then I thought it would be a fun surprise to have Doug come on and give his input. And then Doug, the next day, we were talking about the show, and it was fun, and blah blah blah. And I said, everybody is sitting at home staring at their walls. We should do a whole show on pandemic renovations. And here we are.
And here we are.
Here we go.
And then
here it is.
This all-star team. You guys have put in thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of television helping people renovate homes.
I know, it's fantastic.
It's funny because our world of on-camera home renovation, there are only 10 of us in this business. There is a really, really small group of people. And so, I have a design firm, we have our businesses on the side as well, but on the TV end of it, we are a small bucket. So, Doug and I, he's one of my best friends. I've known this guy for a million years. Michael and I don't know if you remember this, but we were both Fox and Friends real estate correspondents at the same time.
Oh,
and I think
yes,
we
we're switching off.
Yes, and we were passing in the airports back and forth to New York, going up to Fox and Friends weekend. And
right.
So, these dudes, Doug was at my birthday party carrying my cake years ago. So, we're such a small little batch of people that have known each other for a very long time.
This is why I brought the three of us together, because we have all been in this for so many years. Trading Spaces started in 2000. Michael, you were in it before even that, really.
I started doing, I think I started doing sort of renovation stuff on HGTV. Like I did a show, Renovation Generation, another mail order makeover. That was a good one. And then
We've all had our failures.
Crazy. And then created this show that I do now for now we're on Fox. We used to be on NBC, but Extras, Mansions, and Millionaires, which is a little bit of what Jennifer does with the celebrity real estate as well. So it's so nice to be able to put together your passion and then also doing television. It's great.
Yeah, and I mean, Michael and I are. I think what happens as you stay in this business long enough is you get to the point where the renovating is so much work on TV, and these shows that we do are so hard that like I'm hosting Behind the Gates now. I'm hosting Find Me a Vacation Home, World's
I love that idea.
Like all these shows that are, I get to walk around in a nice dress and I get to look at pretty shiny stuff and go, damn, this is a nice house. So they are really fun shows. I love the renovation shows. That's all of our backgrounds, but those shows are hard to do.
Yeah. And you were always lucky to always look glamorous, always had the best hair. I think you, Jennifer, I think you actually set the standard for how women need to look in home makeover that moved into newscasters. Every newscaster you see has the hair like you with the wavy curls. I mean, I think you were a trendsetter in many ways.
Well, now, Doug, I will take that compliment. I do not know if that is true.
Let's just say it's true. If you say it 3 times, it's true.
Well, I have been told I have newscaster hair, so I don't know if I have newscaster hair or if newscasters have Jennifer Farrell hair. I'm not sure which one.
I think they do.
But it does this, as Jennifer was saying, now the thing that we've been lucky enough to move into, and we're both very lucky to have these kinds of host jobs, because people tell me all the time, oh my God, you have the dream job. We get to go through, $300 million mansions. Then also I get to travel all around the world looking at celebrity real estate and celebrity travel and all that. And they really are kind of dream jobs. And it is a very small niche. It's a very small group of people.
I think, all of us have different, jobs in even this thing. Like Trading Spaces, my show Moving Up. I mean, things were so hands-on. We got down and dirty with the homeowners. And so you never really saw what was really hard to do. And you had to put a smile on your face, when you were dealing with homeowners that were problematic, or you had to defend your goal. Michael, I'm sure, with a lot of your people, you can say, they were problematic even to come into the home, and you had to battle that.
Oh,
Jennifer,
yeah.
Same thing. I mean, you've had many different shows, so we've all had the same sort of battles, just in a different way. So it's a very hard job to do. It looks glamorous, but it's a tough job.
It's a hard job. So, Michael, you're in Palm Springs, right?
Right now I am in my vacation home
in Palm Springs. I have some before and after pictures, but I first want to flash up your wonderful book called Find It, Fix It, Flip It, which you can get on Amazon.com. And you have flipped, 35, 40 houses?
36 now.
36.
Over my lifetime.
I need to interject something here. Michael, years ago, did, a segment on me on Extra, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he came to my apartment and reviewed my apartment.
Never left.
When I went to bed, I felt something under my pillow. Michael had put a Find It, Fix It, Flip It book under my pillow.
As you do.
Then I'll tell my book story, because
self-promotion.
For my birthday, this was several years ago, Doug said, I'm sending you the best birthday present ever. And it was an autographed copy of Doug's book.
I got it.
Shameless.
I love it. Well, I want to show some before and after pictures, Michael, of your vacation home in Palm Springs.
Okay.
Here's a before and after of the kitchen. which is crazy. Just
Well,
spacious.
yeah, those are called pandemic countertops. So we did quarantine countertops.
Wow, I love that. And then I've got your living room.
Oh wow, look at those chairs.
Nice.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. And then this was the before of the pool, right?
Right, the backyard and pool area. Yeah.
Check this out.
Oh, Palms.
That looks great.
That's where I am right now. You're all welcome to come visit.
I was gonna say I'm coming.
Okay.
On a day it's not 128 degrees in Palm Springs.
It gets toasty down here, but then we go back to LA. But for the quarantine, for me, this was the perfect place to come because it's easier. Feels a little safer than LA. LA is a tough town right now. So being down in Palm Springs feels safer.
Yeah. Smaller community. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, Jennifer, a woman after my own heart, you are renovating your vineyard, the Calaboo Vineyard.
That is true. Okay, so we all needed a pandemic project, I guess. And I had just finished Wolf Peak, which was my crowning achievement as a designer. This beautiful showcase house. We had on March 5th, we had the grand opening and press tour and a big event. In fact, Doug was going to fly in and stay at Wolf Peak. And he had to cancel his flight. He's like, well, I'll come out the next week. I'll miss the party, but I'll come out. I want to see it.
Yeah.
And then we had the tour on March 5th. We had the house photographed for Ventura Boulevard magazine on March 6th. And then the next week, everything shut down. So it was like the last design event that any of us went to, and then the thing closed. So we decided, okay, we'll just kind of everyone just chill. Let's see, this will take 2 weeks. We'll be done with the pandemic. It's fine. It'll give me a chance to put together a puzzle or read a book. And then they extended it a couple more weeks. And then all of a sudden, I remember when they said we're all going to be on lockdown for another month. And I started crying and I grabbed a bottle of rosé and took the cork off. And I drank the whole damn bottle out of the bottle, sitting in the hot tub crying. So once I realized, okay, we're in this for the long haul and you can't get rid of a global pandemic in 2 weeks. There was a lot of soul searching because there was this project that I'd been dying to get my hands on even before Wolf Peak. And it was right around the corner. And I had been trying to buy this place for years. And the bank that owned it kept telling me, it's sold, you can't have it, blah, blah, blah. It was this weird thing. And I just kept throwing out random offers and they kept telling me it was sold. And I knew it wasn't. It was just this giant abandoned property that all of a sudden in the middle of the pandemic, they said, oh crap, we got to sell this thing. And they said, yes. And so of course I said, well, I don't have any money. What are we talking about? I can't pay for this thing. So quickly we sold Wolf Peak and it actually worked out great because the buyer was a woman who had lost her home in the Woolsey fire. And so for her she said, I found my dream home. And it was really a great sort of circle because we started the renovations the day of the Woolsey fire. We had to actually stop because that was going to be our first day on Wolf Peak. So it was a really great way to end that story. And then all of a sudden, Jennifer Farrell Designs was the proud owner of this giant house, this huge property. And I had always had this fantasy of building a vineyard. And so now we're creating Calaboo Vineyard. We're building, we actually built the vineyard. So the vineyard is now up and physically there. Everything just looks like dead sticks right now, but apparently it all starts growing in the spring. And it's a 7,100 square foot home that will be our big showcase house. And so the renovations will take about a year. But now the pandemic, I got my wine, I got my vineyard, I got plenty of projects to do. So this is my pandemic project.
Well, look at this.
This girl moves fast on
Look at that.
I tell you.
Look at that.
Well, that is what it will be. The before is what it looks like right now. There's the vineyard. Yes. So we actually did get the vineyard installed. It is there. We're going to be able to produce, we think, between 50 and 80 cases of wine a year. So we're growing Grenache. I am a rosé fan, as you can tell from the previous story. So we will be making a Grenache rosé and a Grenache red. And we'll have a bunch of lovely parties and drink a bunch of lovely wine. And if I timed it out right, this damn pandemic will actually end right when it's time to open the showcase house and start having parties and tours.
Gosh, I can't wait for my invitation. Look at the bathroom.
We've got a couple bathrooms done. So there's one that's the before.
I love those mirrors. I love
the mirrors and the lights and the vanities. I got all through Lamps Plus, they're one of the partners on this project. And I've been an ambassador with them for a long time. And I love them. And they are always so gracious because they let me do the craziest things with some of their stuff, which we'll all be seeing later. But when I ask, can I have these things to showcase? They're like, anything you want, just invite us to the party. So they've been really wonderful.
Wow. And here's the other bath.
Yeah, there's another before and after.
Like night and day.
And like night and day. And I have to say, so this house was originally built in the 80s by a gentleman named Harvey Diamond. Now, Harvey Diamond, for those of you from my generation, might remember a book called Fit for Life. It was a diet fad book.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was written by Harvey. It sold a gajillion copies. I actually had a copy of it when I was a kid. And so I'd like to think that I helped pay for part of this house in the first place.
I love it.
So
by $6 or $7.
Yes, my $7.99.
But you know what? It's those small donations that we look for in terms of changing things.
Exactly.
Good segue.
That's right. And if you'd like to make a small donation, you can join our Patreon page at patreon.com/DCRS. Thank you, Doug, for that segue. It was seamless. It was beautifully seamless.
That's some television pros right there.
Well,
if it was so seamless, you wouldn't have to keep bringing it up.
I know. And if you don't want to be like a monthly supporter, you can make a one-time tip jar donation right there. We are accommodators, is what we are. So my partner and I bought this house 21 years ago. It's a 1923 English Beaux-Arts house in Hancock Park, a few blocks from Larchmont. And I went digging because I wanted to show you like the before. So we had not even talked about buying a house at that point. We were only together probably 6 or 7 years. So now it's 28 years, going on 29 years. But we had not talked about we're going to be homeowners or anything. And his brother-in-law is a contractor and said, there's a house that's up for sale. I'm thinking about buying it to flip it. Will you look at it? So Mark said, will you go look at it with me? And I said, yes. And we went and looked at it. And it was awful. It was awful. So that was that. I then flew to New York I had like a week of concerts in New York. And I was at dinner. I'll never forget. I was at dinner with Ann Hampton Calloway, and the phone rang.
I love her.
I know. Who doesn't love her? And the phone rang, and it was Mark. And I'm like, it's Mark. I'm going to take it. And he was like, congratulations. And I said, for what? And he said, you're a homeowner. And I was like,
you're a hoe?
No. Homeowner.
That's a joke on our show, Trading Spaces.
And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you're a homeowner. And I'm like, not that horrible house on Plymouth we looked at. And he bought it because he had this vision when he saw it of what it was going to be. I am not a visual person. I'm an audio person. So I was livid. But I did realize very quickly that there's no way this ever would have happened if I was part of the decision process, because it was beyond my, scope. And so I am going to show you this. This is what I saw when we did the walkthrough. This is why I was shocked that we would even think about this. This was the living room.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. They threw in the drapes.
And what did you
Right?
do with them? Did you create a Sound of Music show?
No, we did not. We did not. But this is what it looks like now.
Oh my.
Much better.
It's better, right?
Oh, so much better. I mean, night and day.
This was our kitchen. I'm embarrassed.
Okay.
I mean, you can't buy blue and white checker tile like that.
No.
And here we are. We just redid the kitchen.
Lovely.
There you go. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is the backyard. And we just redone that during the pandemic. And there you are.
Charming.
Beautiful.
Stunning.
And we have a dog there. We actually adopted a third golden during the pandemic.
Oh, Jesus.
So you have 3 dogs now?
We have 3 goldens over 70 pounds.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's
I
a
know.
lot.
It is a lot. But one of them's like almost 14. And the other one was 2. And when I saw this Instagram post about the 1-year-old purebred golden that was abandoned, I was like, the 2-year-old needs a playmate because the 13-and-a-half-year-old won't be here that much longer. And
You are such a sucker for adopting like I am. My
It is
first
a lot.
dog was a black lab from ASPCA in New York. Yeah.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, Doug,
Yes.
tell us about this project. I don't know exactly where it is. Is it upstate?
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay. This was a project in Central Illinois where I grew up, and it's a Frank Lloyd Wright inspired home where they wanted to update the exterior, and the outdoor painting to bring it more to life. So many times when people create homes, at the end they get tired of like all the choices and everything, and finally they want to move in because they can. And when it comes to the outside of the home, they're like, just paint it beige, okay? And and put the white windows in. So what I did was I came in and helped them to give it more of a grounded feel. I mean, this truly was a quarantine renovation. I started it in December before COVID hit. I met with the couple, and then we were supposed to start in spring. Well, I couldn't be there in spring. So in terms of COVID design, I basically did everything after I picked, some of the initial colors by, being on Zoom and sending things back and forth.
And what treatment did you do to the brick? Because you've changed the hue of the bricks on the house, and it looks fantastic. But
well, I didn't change the brick at all. That might be the photography, but what I did that you really can't see in these pictures, but you can. A lot of people, when they buy homes, they put in white windows, which are standard, the white frames.
Right. Yes.
And for so many homes, with brick and darker brick, it doesn't do any justice to it. Your eye goes to like those windows,
right?
Like
so
the frames. And what I wanted to do was bring more focus to the home and more focus to, the elements that are really important with design and architecture.
Right. I love the red door.
Yeah. I mean, well, I haven't been back since the red door was painted. I really need to see it, which is part of the problem with quarantine design. You can't always be on location. So there are choices when I go back that we may have to alter. Many things in that house, from the gazebo in the back that was like all beige to being decorated in different colors. It's a night and day, and it's an uplift, and to ground the home and bring it from 1980.
I have the gazebo here. So that was on the left of your screen is before, on the right is after. And what I really love about this is the interior ceiling detail that you did of the gazebo is stunning.
Yes, well, so often, the easiest choice is to have a painter come in and just spray paint everything. Boom, boom, we got to be done. We got to, I want to move in. And so this client, was, willing to take it to the next level. It does take money to, cut in all of those, rafters and everything. But the final outcome is really, can be dramatic and wonderful. So, yes, you have to take it to, when you want to take it to the next level, it's going to impact your atmosphere and create such a better environment than what you have.
Right. I know. Well, people, have been sitting at home for months, 10, 11 months, however long it's been, staring at the same four walls. And, they have time. They have time for projects, and it's been great. My partner's a designer and has never been busier than since March.
I was just going to say that the one downfall of this whole period is that it's really hard to get tradesmen. One, aren't working. For example, the people that did the countertop, I called them a couple days ago and I said, "Hey, I have some other work to do," and they went, "Whole shop shut down. Everybody has COVID.
Oh yeah,
not going to work." And everybody wants to renovate because everybody's home.
I have two projects that are on hold. One are 2 bathrooms on the Upper West Side and a kitchen. I was ready to go like last month, and then the UK virus hit and everybody freaked out again in New York. Another is in North Carolina, a 7,200 square foot home that I was supposed to start. And then everything, hit again. So it's been really hard. I think, COVID design is great. If you are Jennifer Farrell, Michael Corbett, you guys in your own homes, when you have a project that you guys can do, and it's, contained, and you can do a lot of it outside, and contain the contagion. In New York City, it's very difficult. Yeah, especially if you have to travel to a client outside.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, and something that I'm not hearing enough people talk about, and maybe if they're not in the industry, they don't know this, but recently there was a survey in LA County, which is where I am, of 730,000 positive COVID case tests. And of those, the overwhelming number of cases came not from healthcare, construction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Construction industry is rampant, unfortunately, with COVID, because these guys are all working in very close quarters.
Mm-hmm.
When they're installing an HVAC, you can't get away from somebody when the two of you are both sandwiched together trying to install something.
Yeah.
A lot of them are, I would like to say they're all wearing their masks. They're not, because I walk around like their mom going, "Put your mask on, put your mask on, put your mask on." But it's very difficult because they're doing heavy, laborious work. So they're finding that it's difficult to breathe while they're wearing these masks.
You know what?
I try to have hand sanitizer on every construction site, and I've got soap stations, and I'm doing what I can to support the effort.
Yeah.
But it's really hard. Their jobs are really hard, and they're taking a big hit. I mean, our drywall team, 14 guys out with COVID. And that's one component of the, millions of different elements that go into a house. So even though I support the idea of a pandemic renovation, it is exceptionally hard, especially on the construction end, to get these projects completed because so many guys are, and I say guys, so many people are being affected.
Yeah.
Well, Jennifer, on that note, in terms of workers and supplies, I referred a friend of mine to you for you to consult, and you gave him a lot of information. He was interested in buying a property in LA in the hills. And one of the things that resonated to me the most about your advice was that in terms of getting propane, which propane is used in so many things in construction, okay? New York City, because of all of these outside, huts and, restaurant things, they are taking all of the propane, to give life. And it's only going to get worse as we move on into the winter. New York is soaking up all that propane. That propane is necessary for so many things. Well, it's even necessary for you guys in LA for you.
It's cold here. The restaurants, I mean, it went down almost 70 degrees the other day. It's freezing here.
Oh my God, so freezing. It went down to 28 today, and I was like, oh, it's tepid.
Well, listen, I'm in the Malibu Mountains, and it's 36 degrees in the morning here, so it is cold.
Yeah.
And Doug's friend, I felt a little bad because I spent 20 minutes telling him he was a total idiot and he shouldn't buy a house or shouldn't buy a property here and try to build a house from the ground up because it's impossible to do here. We have no staff to build these homes. So to build something from the ground up in California and particularly LA County is very difficult anyway, because we have a lot of permitting infrastructure and you have to go through lots of
zoning and this.
But there's no one around to build them. So I basically yelled at him for 20 minutes and he sent me a box of chocolates as a thank you.
Well, but the thing is, someone like Jennifer Farrell can do it because they will run to her and her hair.
Right. And your hair. Jennifer, I just want to come visit when the vineyard is open.
Yes, the vineyard will be open. We will be drinking wine. We will get to drink wine together instead of just virtually. We will pop a bottle of rosé, and it won't be over tears of sadness sitting in the hot tub. It will be tears of joy to celebrate the end of this strange time in our lives where we can all finally gather together and look towards the future. But in the meantime, we'll keep renovating in the pandemic.
And I have
to just say that I want to thank Jennifer and Michael, that I, sort of said, you want to do this. We need to do this. Thank you for joining, Lee and Robert and this whole wonderful, podcast that serves the communities that we, granted, Michael, you were Broadway. Jennifer, you've written movies and acted and we're on boats. I've done, so many of that. Actually, not as much as you guys and as prominent, but, I was there. And I think that it's wonderful that actors find a way to design, but also infiltrate acting into their work. And it's what I found with doing Trading Spaces and reality TV is combining our craft that we grew up with and studied with another entity of design.
And bringing it to television, which is such a blessing to be able to have what started for me as a hobby on the side, flipping houses.
Yeah.
It's now a television series and it's now a big part of what I'm doing.
I don't think you ever know when things are going to happen for you. I was 35, when really everything happened. But it was all those years that I put into it as an actor, doing off Broadway, doing, having a few commercials and here and there. And then finally, I got a break, and you never know where that break's coming from. So I want to encourage young actors just to keep with it as long as you possibly can until you're on the street and I have to give you a quote.
There you go.
Before we go, can I just 1 second just say, Michael Corbett produces one of my favorite television shows. I am obsessed with the Hollywood medium.
Okay.
I'm not Go ahead.
Yes, I started producing. So I've sold three shows. I'm producing 2 right now. One for which I'm not allowed to say, one for a huge streamer, but we're in production right now. Another one for like a really huge cable, which again, I'm not allowed to say. But yeah, I've been very blessed. I created Hollywood Medium with Tyler Henry, who's a medium.
He's amazing.
And he really is. And he's as nice and talented as he is on TV. So I've been producing that series for now 4 seasons. And we're starting in another season right now.
Michael, why have you never hired me?
Every time I talk to Doug, hey, Doug, how are you? I'm great. What are you doing? Have you not hired me yet? That's what he always leads with.
This is a joke between us, okay?
Okay. Well, we love you all.
We love you guys. Thank you.
And stay safe, please, everyone. And keep in touch with us and let us know what you're doing. And I can't wait to come drink wine with you, Jennifer. Michael, I'm coming to swim in your pool. And Doug, I'll see you when I'm next in New York.
In a piano bar.
In a piano bar. There you go. Thank you all so much.
Bye, Jennifer. Doug.
Thank you.
How fun. I love you all.
I wish I had that skill to have those colors and match, and it's such a skill. It really is a talent.
No, I don't have it. But thankfully I live with someone that does, so I take the benefits, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So, what a fun show.
What a fun.
And all so talented. And I know, because from Mark, it's hard when you're a designer and you're independent and whatnot, and they have been able to parlay that into, especially with the TV angle.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's amazing. It's just amazing. Yeah, I love it. And we had a chicken farmer on today,
and we had the chicken farmer television star.
So. Farmer.
You never know who will show up on this show, and let me tell you.
Let me tell you, they're coming.
They're coming. We have a fun whole month of February coming your way.
So listen, people, on the, what is it, the 17th? The 17th of February, we're launching our new series, the Broadway Cast Reunion Series, with the original Broadway principal cast of Frozen. On February 24th, we have Hadestown with the director, Rachel Chavkin, and the writer, Anais Mitchell, and the principal cast. And on March 24th, we've got Dear Evan Hansen. We are so excited about this series. If you want more information, just go to BroadwayCastReunion.com. And if you want to support the cause, go to Patreon. Patreon.com.
Be a patron. Yes.
BCRS.
For Broadway Cast Reunion Series, because BCR was taken.
And we've got tons of gifts and rewards, and it's going to be exciting.
We have so much to look forward to this show and everything else, but also just this year, God willing.
Yeah. And we've got fun next week. We'll post about it. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but we'll post about it over the weekend. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Doug and Jennifer and Michael and Griffin for joining us tonight. And
Thank you, Lee.
stay safe, stay home. I know LA County's like lifted the stay-at-home order. Stay home. It ain't over. All right?
Be safe. Thanks, guys.